This knight has gone on such a long journey. It was on g1, to f3, to d4, to e6, then it took the queen on d8, then it's taken the pawn on b7, and now back here. So what a journey from this knight. But was it a journey worth taking? In this video, we will continue the coverage of the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. Here we will look at Magnus Carlsen versus Ian Nepomniachtchi. This matchup went to Armageddon, and Carlsen ended up taking it. However, I want to look at the first game because it was very shocking to see Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, having a lost position after 7 moves. First up, a quick player introduction. Magnus Carlsen, 29 years old, world number 1 from Norway, rapid rating 2881. Ian Nepomniachtchi, also 29 years old, Russian number 1, world number 4, rapid rating 2778. And he's known for playing too fast. He's known also for playing exciting openings with black, such as the Najdorf, the Grunfeld, and most recently, in this tournament, but also in the candidates, the French Winnower. Carlsen has white, Nepomniachtchi has black. The game began e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, take, open Sicilian, knight f6, and now a surprise bishop c4. He already used this once against Vladimir, deliberately not defending the e-pawn. Now in that game, Vladimir went e6, he didn't actually take it, but Nepomniachtchi goes for it. He plays knight takes e4, and why not? Bishop c4 has been seen 116 times, knight takes e4 played. Now what's the idea? Queen h5. Threatening checkmate in one move. Before we look at the game, there's this other option, bishop takes f7 check. There are 13 games in the Chess24 database. This isn't that great a move, but you still have to play the correct moves. You take the bishop, queen h5 check, you have to block, and then queen d5 check. So picking up the knight after king g7. And after e5, black has a nice position, because if you move the knight, or you play bishop e3, you just go bishop e7. You can't take because bishop d4 check is so dangerous. If you go knight e2 or knight f3, then knight c6. And then black has a much better position. The bishop can come to e7, to f5, get your pieces out really quickly. So bishop takes f7 check. Only 13 games in the database, and rightly so. It's not a great option. Carlsen goes queen h5. 2 pieces on the f7 square, so Nepo plays e6. And on Chess24 it says Magnus fought for 6 minutes 30 seconds. Wow. And he actually ends up blundering with knight takes e6. Before we look at this option, which loses, let's have a look at another option, bishop b5 check, which may have been Carlsen's original plan, but he forgot his preparation. He played the wrong move. Now first, let's play bishop d7, which looks like the normal way to block. Soon I will look at knight d7, which is actually a better way to block. Bishop d7, knight e6. You can't play pawn takes because the queen is pinning the pawn to the black king. You go queen f6, attacking f2, and bishop takes d7 check, knight d7, knight f4, blocking the checkmate on f2. However, more interesting is knight d7. This looks wrong because it allows knight takes e6. But black has a great move here. In this position, black can actually play knight f6. Because if knight takes d8, then knight takes h5. And the funny thing is, the knight on d8 has run out of squares. So bishop takes d7 check is forced. If you take with the king, the knight can take on f7. So bishop takes d7, knight b7, bishop c6, and knight a5. This knight has gone on such a long journey. It was on g1, to f3, to d4, to e6, then it took the queen on d8, then it's taken the pawn on b7, and now back here. So what a journey from this knight. But was it a journey worth taking? The knight's on a5 now, bishop takes g2, rook g1, bishop e4. In an ending like this, black is better. Knight takes e6, this is move 7, and the world champion has blundered. Nepo now plays bishop takes e6, bishop takes e6, and pause the video to have a go. What did black play here to win a piece? I'll give you 5 seconds. You have to defend f7, but why not defend and attack the bishop at the same time with queen e7, and white is in big trouble. You can't move the bishop because knight g3 will be check, a discovered check winning the queen. So if you move it here, knight g3 check. And the queen can't go back to e2 to block because the knight is guarding the e2 square. In the game, bishop takes f7 check was played, and after queen takes f7, queen e2. After queen e7, if white plays f3, black can just move the knight. So white castled and just knight back anyway. Bishop e3, knight c6. Black is ready to castle. Black is completely winning. Let's see the rest. Knight c3, d5. Queen f3, castle queenside. The king is safe. Rook e1, queen d7. Knight b5, a6, a4. No need to take on b5, giving white some chances. Queen g4. You're up a piece, so just trade. The queen has nowhere to go, so white traded. Take on g4, take. Bishop b6. And black can now take the piece because there are no queens. A takes b5. Why not take another piece? Take on b5. Knight b8. Take, take. h3, knight f6, rook a7. Now black has not just 2, but 3 pieces for the rook. King c7, rook e6, bishop c5. And the game is over very soon. b6 check. You can just take it. And after check, knight d7 is possible. But Nepo just went king d6. Rook takes b7 and knight d7. And the rooks, they're looking like they're in big trouble. Rook takes g7, king c6, trapping the rook on b7, and here Carlsen resigned. This video was quite short, so you may want to check out another video. Check out one here and another one over here. If you enjoyed the show, why not like the video and subscribe at the same time. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notified each time I release a new one. Thank you so much for watching.